Hey Camp Spark leaders. First, thank you for saying yes to serving this summer. Camp Spark doesn't happen with adults who are willing to show up, invest in students, and create space for God to work in their lives. This video is meant to help orient you to what you might expect at camp. Please know if you find yourself at camp and something hasn't been explained, or you've forgotten, gotten lost, or if you just want to come hang out, you can always talk with any of the deans. We are here for you because you are here for our students. This year's theme is Made for More, and throughout the week we'll be exploring the fruit of the Spirit as we get from Galatians 5. Now, Paul teaches us that when we walk with the Holy Spirit, certain things begin to grow in our lives. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are signs that God is at work within us. They help us recognize God's presence around us, and they become evidence of God's work flowing through us. The fruit of the Spirit gives us a way to see that we're moving in a faithful direction as we learn to follow Jesus. Our hope is that every camper discovers they were made for more than just getting through life. They were made to walk with God in deeper and more meaningful ways and to bear fruit that changes the world around them. We're also really excited to welcome our camp preacher this year, Reverend Valerie Jones Still. Valerie currently serves as the district superintendent for the North Central District of the Oklahoma Annual Conference. And if you're not familiar with what a district superintendent does, think of her as a pastor to pastors. She helps support and lead the churches and clergy throughout her district that she's assigned to, while also working closely with our bishop and helping guide the mission and ministry of the annual conference. Now, more importantly for us this week, Valerie is a gifted preacher, leader, and disciple. She has a deep love for young people and the church, and I know she's going to help bring this theme of Made for More to life in meaningful and memorable ways for our campers. And so thank you again for serving. We can't wait to see how God works through you and through the lives of our campers at Camp Spark. And now you're going to hear from the rest of the deans, besides Zach, because he's at Youth Force this week, making sure students are safe and that he doesn't lose Allie's son, Micah. But you're going to hear from the rest of the deans on some important stuff about camp.
Each night we will have late night activity, which is essentially a snack by the bell and then going back to either your cabin or your small group for reflection. And so for the first night we will have popsicles and they'll go back to their cabins for a cabin reflection. The second night we'll do watermelon. The third night for middle school will be the block party, which will actually be over by the pool area. And then for the third night for high schoolers, we'll have chocolate chip cookies over by the bell, and then their last night will be the block party. And then for the block party, things you might want to know, we'll have dancing, a dance party by the canteen. We'll have a big speaker. We'll have glow necklaces. We'll have bubble machines. We're hoping to have a nacho bar for kids to have as a snack that evening. And then we'll also have swimming. The pool will be open that evening. They can go play on the playground, and we'll have a volleyball tournament going on. We'll need adult leaders to spread out throughout that space so that kids are not off by themselves, but that is what the block party is. It's just a lot of fun for our last night at camp.
All right, so a few other new things for this year. We are going to be having a camp-wide rock, paper, scissors challenge. So every person who comes to camp is going to receive a beaded necklace. And you can go and challenge anyone at camp who has a necklace to a game of rock, paper, scissors throughout the week. And if you lose, you have to give your necklace to the person who won. So let's say that there is someone who has 10 necklaces and you have 2 necklaces and you want to go challenge them. If you beat them, you still only receive 1 necklace from them. So at the end of the week, we will have a champion depending on who has the most necklaces. The only real rules are that you cannot do one of these challenges during scheduled things. So we cannot do it during morning devotion or worship or small group spirit skills, that kind of thing. We'll go more into detail about that when we get there, but we thought that would be really fun. Another new thing is that we are adding an evening cabin reflection every evening. So this is way different than small group reflection where you're kind of reflecting on the day. We wanted to provide a way for cabins to kind of take a breath and slow down and shift gears from like the chaos of everyone taking showers and hair dryers being on and all of that stuff to then going to sleep. So every cabin will receive a battery-powered little candle votive type thing. And so what we are asking is that every night before going to sleep, as best as you are able, we want for you to gather your cabin together, sitting on the floor probably, sitting in a circle with the candle in the center, and you will read one Bible verse. You will then ask one question, and you'll invite everyone to go around and share their response to that. And then you ask someone to pray. The verse and question will be provided for you in your cabins, so you don't have to come up with that. And we also are fully aware that sometimes, especially like with junior high boys, trying to get everyone to do that may be a struggle. So we're not going to be checking in. You're not going to get in trouble if you don't do it, but we do know that it has, it's really significant and special to some of the other camps that do something like this. And so we would like to try and add this in and see how it goes. One other part about that is that we think one adult can lead that, and so you can work with your co-cabin leaders and change up or rotate who is doing it, and the other adult can go shower while the other one is leading that, if that works for you. If you feel like you need both adults, that is totally fine. The last thing that I have to share with you all is just a little bit about our leader overnight thing that we have. So it is quite different from things that we've done in the past. So because our leader training is done outside of normal camp times, or it's not tacked on to the very beginning when you would normally be there, if you are someone who would like to arrive at camp the evening before, either junior high or senior high or both, camps start, those times are going to look a little bit different, and there will be a $50 charge per evening. So Friday, June 19th, which is the night before Junior Spark, if you decide that you would still like to come to that, we will still have pre-camp worship with other adult leaders. There will be time to rest and creation before campers arrive. We will have community building with other adult leaders. You can help with setting up camp for the week ahead and organizing the supplies. And it also is a really great opportunity for you to prepare your small group space and your cabin. So we will not be having leader training, but we will probably still be doing a couple of games, like get to know you games. If you are a new leader, this is a fantastic way for you to get plugged in with other leaders so that you feel like you have that support too. And the worship with leaders is always really wonderful. If you would like to come Tuesday, June 23rd, the night before Senior Spark, this is going to include respite for those serving both junior high and senior high camps, but they don't benefit from driving back home and then back again in just 24 hours. That night will also include community building, a chance to reset or prep your small group space and your cabin. You can also assist with resetting camp and reorganizing supplies. I will say that that evening is not going to have any organized group activities. So most of the people who will be staying the night that night are people who have also been at Junior High Spark. And so from our experience last year, many of us just needed to go to sleep early. So we are not providing dinner on either of those nights, but we will provide breakfast and lunch, and those are not going to be in the dining hall. Those will be just like Pop-Tarts or granola bars, and then for lunch probably just sandwiches, that kind of thing. Even if you are not planning to eat, it is the full $50 charge just because we have to plan for everyone. If you are planning to stay the night for either of those nights or both, you must fill out the Google form that we have attached to the leader email. If you don't know where that is or you don't know how to get to it, just send us an email and we will send it to you. Thanks.
So next, let's talk about another tradition that we have at Camp Spark, and that's called Serenade. So on the final night of senior high camp, the juniors, seniors, and grads split up by gender and get together to come up with a little bit of a choreography to compete against each other in story and in song. What that typically looks like is 5 songs each, and the angels will be there in the space to help kind of facilitate discussions and decisions during their rehearsals. But essentially, it's all about how to express their love for the other group through stories, through songs. It's usually funny. We have a good time and laugh along. So for that, it'll be the grad group, small group leaders, and then some of the deans and angels and whatnot. But otherwise, it'll only be the juniors, seniors, and grads as far as campers that will be able to attend. We also have a couple changes to community time for this year. So if you win your community time event, your small group will get the opportunity to eat lunch first, and you may even get a snack or a small prize. Additionally, adult group leaders, if your small group wins the event, you will earn a golden ticket, which is basically a 30-minute break that you can use at any time, not during small group, but any time between then and the next community time event. So you can essentially just take 30 minutes off. So just gives a little incentive to kind of perform and do well within the community time events. There'll be one round where the adults go against each other, and then one round where the campers go against each other to sort of earn those prizes. Thanks.